everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. In today's video I want to show you all the recipe which I did with that £20 budget shop which I did ages ago in Sainsbury's before I broke my arms. So this video is definitely way long overdue. All the recipes in their videos are super simple, they are cheap, they are delicious. I really hope they can show you and inspire you that a healthy plant-based diet doesn't have to cost the earth, it doesn't have to be complicated, you don't have to go to a health food store if you don't have one near you. You can just go to your local supermarket with a very small budget and still being able to create some delicious dishes. I have picked up few extra ingredients throughout the week, but you will see them in the video. I still came under the £20, so I'm super chuffed. Again, I really hope that can prove that, you know, healthy, delicious doesn't have to be super expensive or unaffordable. So I really hope you guys enjoyed these recipes, and let's get to the video. I also bought these seeds, so these are mixed kind of seeds, and I've got some flaxseed as well. So I'm gonna grind them up in this spice grinder, because when you grind up your seed, they actually become easier to be absorbed by your body, and I think they work better in porridge because they kind of like thicken it up and you don't really taste them, so they just add so much goodness. They're a really good source of fat, omega-3, and yeah, you can add them to savory or sweet dishes. The ground seeds in a jar which I've reused, and I put all the seed into another jar. I'm gonna keep these two in the fridge. Seeds and nuts, they last much longer if you keep them refrigerated, because they tend to kind of like go rancid if you leave them out for too long. In this way they stay much fresher. So I've got plenty of ground up seed already for the next few days, and I've got some more for the remaining week. And for lunch, I'm making chickpea and sweet potato stew. So these are the chickpeas which I have already cooked last night. I mean, I thought it's not much interesting to show you how to cook chickpeas, but if you want me to show you, please let me know. I bought them dry because you get much more value for your money. I've got sweet potatoes, this is like the plum, chopped tomatoes, and because I had some money left over, I spent a total of £15.97. I actually decided to buy celery. Celery is not the greatest source of calories, obviously, but it adds so much flavor when you make soup or stews or even like curries. So I thought it would be really good to add it to this stew. And I'm gonna make it in the oven, so I'm using my cast iron pan, but you can totally make it on the stove. Sometimes I just like to cook my stews in the oven, but as I said, the stove is absolutely fine. The carrots, onion, celery and garlic for a few minutes until the onion starts to caramelize. Sorry about the steam. I'm gonna add some spices, so I'm gonna keep it quite simple. I've got some smoked paprika and some ground cumin. Especially smoked paprika is definitely one of my favorite. And then I'm gonna add in the chopped sweet potatoes and the tinned tomatoes. fail. Well, it's not fail, but I left it cook for too long. I literally forgot about it. I started doing some work and yeah, but it's still okay just to be on the dry side because obviously I left it in the oven for too long. I'm just gonna add a dash of hot water and it should be absolutely fine. I'm also cooking some of these frozen broccoli which I bought. I don't know if you guys remember. It's a huge bag. Is that a kilo? No, maybe not. I think it's 500 grams at least. Can't see it, but yeah. Frozen vegetables are always cheaper than fresh. I'm just gonna literally, you know, stir fry them a little bit in a pan. I've got some rice as well, and then we can eat. Okay, so the chickpea and sweet potato stew doesn't look much, I'm aware. I think because I overcooked it, so the sweet potatoes have gone all mushy, but it tastes delicious. Have I got something on my face? It tastes really good, and probably I should have cooked it a bit less, but you know, it's life. This is so good. So I made about 3 to 4 portions, I would say, of the sweet potato and chickpea stew. I don't like to cook my rice in advance, but you can obviously cook all your rice on a Sunday, so you have rice cooked for the rest of the week. Same with the broccoli, really, if you want, but you know, since I work from home, I don't mind. But yeah, this is really good. I feel like it's a really balanced meal, and it's really cheap as well, like really cheap. Good morning, guys. For breakfast this morning I'm having a all berry banana smoothie. I'm particularly hungry this morning, so I'm using 2 bananas, but obviously you can also use just 1 depending on how hungry you are. I've got some oats. This is about 1/3 of a cup. You can use a little bit less. Again, I have a big appetite, what can I say? And then some of these frozen berries, which they're gonna add a lovely berry flavor. I've got these ground flaxseed, which I ground previously and stored in the fridge. Some soya milk to blend, but you can also use water. And that's it, that's my morning smoothie. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip. By the way, I made 2 of them just purely for aesthetic reason, because I wanted to take a pictures for the thumbnail, but they are quite small. Well, for me they are small, so I will drink 2 of them. But you can, if you're not particularly hungry in the morning, you probably can get 2 portions out of this smoothie. And I'm looking so pale. For lunch today I'm making some hummus, tomato and sweet potato wraps. If you guys remember, I bought these wholemeal tortilla wraps from Sainsbury, and I'm gonna fill them with some homemade hummus. I've already cooked my chickpeas. I also had a little bit of money left over, so I bought a lemon, and I'm gonna use some salt, some ground cumin, some garlic, and some tahini and some extra virgin olive oil. Technically, a few of these ingredients were not included in the budget shop, but these ingredients, to be honest, I buy them like once, especially spices as well, like once every 2 months, and tahini as well, it lasts a very long time. So we're gonna make the hummus and then we're gonna stuff the wraps. probably my favorite recipe, which I make over and over again, and it's my potato mac and cheese, which is so simple. So here I've got some boiled potatoes and carrots, and then we're gonna use some nutritional yeast, and that's what's gonna give it the cheesy flavor. I bought another lemon because it does need a little bit of acidity, little bit of mustard, some garlic granules, some onion granules, and obviously some salt and some soy milk just to blend it up. And this is the pasta which I got from Sainsbury, but you can obviously use any pasta that you like, and that's it, that's all you need. So we're just gonna start by blending the sauce while the pasta cooks. Honestly, this mac and cheese is the best mac and cheese ever. I can't believe it's so healthy, so creamy. I'm happy to have this every single day. Last but not least, one of my favorite family-friendly meal. It's a lentil shepherd pie, which I haven't made in so long. So we're obviously gonna need some lentils, which I have already cooked. And I also bought these mushrooms because they were only 75 pence. I think when you buy kind of like the wonky, not so pretty mushroom, they just work out to be so much cheaper. And with the lentils, they will taste delicious. We got some onions, some garlic, which I need to grab, some celery, some carrots. These are herbs from the garden, thyme and rosemary, and to add quite a punch of flavor, I'm using a little bit of Marmite and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And for the potato topping, we are just gonna simply use some mashed potato with some soy milk and just a little touch of Dijon mustard. So yeah, it's a big recipe. It's gonna probably feed about 5 to 6 people, so it's great to make at the beginning of the week, and you can have plenty of, you know, dinner ready for the rest of the week. So I'm just letting all the water evaporating from the mushroom. I want to have quite a rich sauce. I don't want to have like a watery kind of ragu. So just make sure it's on a high heat and you let it bubble until it becomes quite thick. I think we are definitely getting there. The potatoes are cooked, so I've just added a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and I'm just gonna add now some soy milk. I don't have a potato masher, I just realized that now. So I'm gonna get a hand blender to mash them up. And yeah, we're almost ready to go into the oven. By the way, I'm using these books as a stand for my camera. You're probably thinking that I'm using it for the recipe, but they're just helpful to put the camera on top, but they do get all filthy. Anyway, almost there. Okay, so I've laid the lentil and mushroom ragu on a baking tray, and now I'm gonna put the mashed potatoes on top. Guys, don't use an electric whisk to mash your potatoes because it gets all gloopy, not as it should be, but you know, I think it's too late now. I'm not gonna throw the whole thing away, so I'm gonna use it anyway, but you definitely use old-fashioned potato masher. I'm definitely gonna start making it more often. I need to buy a potato masher. That's definitely on my shopping list. This is a perfect comfort food. It's so good, and it makes a massive batch. By the way, I also have some more of the frozen broccoli. And sorry, you can also freeze it. So you can make like, if you have like smaller like what's it called, roasting tin, you can make like a smaller one, just keep them in the freezer, and then you can just defrost them and eat them at when you get back from home. I mean, this is literally the best dinner after a long day in the office, especially as the temperatures cool down. I'm so happy with it. You need to try it. And that's it. These are my budget-friendly recipes. I really hope you guys enjoy them. My favorite by far is the shepherd pie. This is gonna be a massive staple in our house in the next few winter months. It's so good. The mushrooms and lentil ragu is delicious. You should also try it with pasta. I'm gonna definitely try that. I don't know why I actually haven't made that recipe in such a long time, but it's definitely a winner. You can freeze it, and I think it's a great family recipe as well, because yeah, I think it tastes delicious and it's very comforting and filling. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy them. If you do make any of my recipes, please make sure to tag me on Instagram, and you can find the full detailed recipe in the description box below. Of course, please don't forget to subscribe. It really supports my channel, and I guess I will see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!